Everyone, welcome to another video or live stream. On this case, I'm about to start a new series of videos slash live streams where I'm just gonna go through all the work that it takes to organize Inércia Demoparty 2020. I'm one of the main organizers of the event for a few years now, since pretty much the beginning of Inércia. It's been on hiatus for a few years, then it came back a couple of years ago, and today or this year we decided to do it on the 2 to the 5 of October. I'm opening the chat at the same time. Sorry if I'm slow. I have to select images. There are mountains or hills. This is what I'm dealing with right now. Mountains or hills. I guess this is a mountain. Oof. Things are hard, yo. Things are hard. Okay, the chat is working. Great. So, new series of videos where I will be going through the stuff that is necessary to organize a demo party in general or an online event in specific. And that's one of the bad news that I have for you guys that were thinking of attending Inércia Demo Party this year. We were planning to have a physical event, but since COVID doesn't seem to be letting go, we would have to deal with the whole logistics of doing the physical edition with the usual stress that it comes with, and also have to deal with all the public safety kind of things and contact the public, the space that we were going to have it on, and make sure that it's still okay. And then we would have to be paying for the space, for the rent, and we would have less visitors anyways. We sort of have a donor for the place rent, but it sort of doesn't make much sense to organize a party for like 5 people to be there, even if there were some people, some foreigners who said that they were interested in coming this year. From our experience, only like 1 or 2 people come from abroad. It doesn't really weigh in much if we should be organizing it like that or not. So I decided to run a poll asking the regulars what they thought about Inércia. Should it be online only? Should it be physical as usual? What do they think of it? And I'm going to show you the results right now because we don't care. We have 12 responses overall. Let me try to hide the emails somewhat. How the hell do I hide emails? Can I just copy the chart? How do I? Okay, if I copy a chart, what do I do with it? Do I paste it on paint.net? Can I do that? Clipboard contains an image. Does not contain an image. So if it's not an image, maybe it's like an Excel thing. Let's try to create a new Excel thing. See if it's that. Can I paste here? Clipboard, paste, values only, format only. I don't know. Well, it's not working. Fuck. How do I hide this then? I guess I can make the image, the browser smaller, just to hide the emails, just for privacy sake. So I can show you guys the results of the thing. 2 emails left. Come on. There we go. Okay, so if I show you the results of the things, where 41% maybe should only be online. We only had 12 responses for 1 week, and it was posted on the Discord for the entire CNPT, and I pinged everyone from the CNPT. It was posted on the Hangouts of CNPT, which apparently not many people seen. It was also posted on Twitter. It was also posted on the Facebook page. So, I mean, you could have been on holidays for a whole day, for a whole week, and not seen it. I also sent to every single person who had the email from the previous edition. So yeah, either they didn't want to answer or they were away for a whole week. Anyways, 3 people decided that they would still come. 5 people said they're probably best to have it online only. 1 person says, don't do it this year, not even online, do it next year, which will be much, much better. 1 person says that doesn't care, that will only attend it once and will participate either way. which is great. So it's all the same. And another person says only next year. So 2 people pretty much said the same thing. Only rather have it next year. And 1 person is not a regular attender, so just picked that option. So yeah, based on this, I decided to do it online only. Also worth noticing, the moment that I posted this poll, we had some mishappenings on the organizing team. One of the members decided to drop the organizing team. So we will be 1 person short doing the whole organization thing, which is a little bit of a nightmare, but well, I can force people to help organize stuff. They're free to do whatever they want. I'm still the main organizer. I still carry most of the burden. I have Luis and Ugu helping me out in some stuff right now. Genio was the person who dropped out. So yeah, we have 1 month to put Inércia together, which is more than doable. It's fine, but I really want to do a proper event out of it. I don't want to do a half-assed thing, and I really think the online has a lot of potential. So that's announcement number 1. We will be doing online only this year. Not sure if this is going to be the last Inércia or not, to tell you the truth. Right now, to me, it feels like it's going to be the last one. But, I could feel wrong about it, differently about it after this one is over. So yeah. First thing that you need to do organizing demo parties, make sure that you have all the things ticked down that you need to do. I'm going to do a to-do list for that. Luckily, we don't need the stuff that's usually more hard to get, which is a location, big screen, big PA system. We don't need any of that. We probably also don't need sponsors, but we might need sponsors. Maybe for prizes. Okay, so stuff that we need to figure out first: the schedule for things, the compos for things. Compos, and the compos I pretty much already revised it, but I will give it another revision before announcing everything properly. And schedule live streams special. Compos need to be revised. More stuff. I need some a jingle to set out the date. We do it. Genio was supposed to do the jingle. I don't know if he's still going to do it or not. He had an idea for a theme as well. I wasn't very happy with the theme, and no one was doing anything with the theme. So we probably will just do a new theme altogether. I will try to scrape something together and just go from there. Or, not even have a theme, just have some sort of graphic identity of some sort. Question mark for the jingle. Graphic identity. Hey, Daisy Beats, you'll make the jingle, okay? Send me, man. Send me something to my email, and I'll gladly use it. Jingle, Evil or Genio. I think the most important thing is to have a graphic identity, because if you look at this page right now as it is, it's like white. And this logo is like I did some DDG art experiments and I made an animated thing. You can't really use this as background graphics to announce anything. So we sort of need like an image color scheme of some sort to do something with that. And that's probably going to be the first thing that I'm going to try to tackle on these sessions of trying to prepare for an Inércia demo party. And once you have that sort of figured out, if you do an effect out of those colors, you can sort of do an invitation out of that, which would be nice to have for Function, which is the only demo party that's still happening between us and Inércia, between today and Inércia, I mean. So that might be nice to have, but, we don't really need an invitation. But I think graphic identity is priority number 1. I say as my monitor stops working. That's not good. Okay, it came back. And now it stopped working again. Please work. I had some issues with the monitor yesterday. Not sure if the graphics card's DP entry is fucking up or not. Graphic entry. Try to do shader toy or Actually, first is color scheme. Color scheme or palette. Then try to do a shader Troy thing out of it. Troy effect. Web page background animation. And if I put it on the web page as background animation, then I can put some text using normal HTML stuff, and I can use just normal web page to do the announcements for things. So, and in terms of announcements, I mean like announcing what compos we will have and that kind of thing. Try to post one image every week or every 3 days or something like that. And you need like some sort of graphic identity for that to do like probably 1920 by 1080 image out of that. And then once you have that, a lot of things become a lot easier. We need a jingle of some sort. It's not mandatory, but I mean, if we have that, we can make an invitation. Invitation, maybe release a function. Okay. After this, we need to revise the compose, then the compose submission system, which I will get to it, and I will talk to you about it in a little while. I also need to update this stuff. It's missing stuff. Update, and this is mandatory. Update web page with online only information. And just to announce this, that we are going online only, we would already need a graphic identity. So I think graphic identity will be something that we'll try to do still today within the schedule. My idea for these kind of videos is to do like 1 hour every day around 8:30, 9 in Lisbon time, and just try to work on Inércia stuff for like 1 hour and try to make something work. So, and with this we can do an invitation. The compos need to be revised. So yeah, the compos that we have right now, I already added a lot of them. We used to be simplified on Inércia to have like very unifying categories for graphics compos, so we would just accept whatever format you would send us, and we would never have that many entries, mostly because it was a physical event. We accepted remote entries, but we only had not so many every year. So being an online event, it's a lot easier to get remote submissions. So I decided to open things up and have proper categories for different kind of stuff, and hopefully we will have enough entries for that. I'm assuming we will need at least 3 entries on each compo to have it, or otherwise I will have to merge everything down into a single compo. So first compo, text mode graphics for ASCII and ANSI stuff, and teletext if you want to do that kind of thing. Displayed on Pablo Draw or different view. I know there's a better viewer than Pablo Draw that truck coded. Not sure if it's easy to set up or not. Not sure if I have time for that. If you only have like 2 entries, it's not worth wasting like a few hours trying to set that up just to be able to show it. We can just show it with Pablo Draw or do it from view to show the screenshot of the thing. Another rule that I decided to include to make things easier for the online version is to ask people to submit already the PNG capture of the thing. So not only you deliver the entry, but you also deliver the way that you want it to be presented properly. So it's a lot easier to show and make sure that it's correct. And people can still download the original and play the original in whatever way they want to show it. Anyways, executable graphics compo. You need to do an executable program and render an image on the screen. Same rules as revision 4K graphics compo, so I just posted the link there. It's easier than list everything here. Photographics compo for photos, minor retouches only. If you do a lot of changes on it, it will no longer be accepted. Old school pixel graphics compo for pixel stuff, old platforms only. I guess we can accept Pico 8 as well, since it's pretty popular, but it's not really old school, but it's pixel graphics, so I think it's acceptable. I probably need to add that here, that we accept Pico 8. Because I really think Pico 8 is a very interesting platform for newcomers on the demo scene to do stuff. So it's worth supporting a bit more. Even though last year I tried to contact Lixaloft, or whatever it's called, to get some licenses for the winners, and they never replied to my emails, so fuckings to them. But yeah, I still like the platform. Modern graphics compo, anything goes pretty much. And yeah, I also thought of including DDG art stuff, but I'm pretty much the only demo scener that does that kind of stuff. So I don't know. I'm still wondering if it's worth submitting or not, because most of the people from the DDG art community, and if you don't know what DDG art means, is when you use neural style transfer to apply a style into a photo of something. And I'm into that a lot. That's why I'm mentioning it. Most of the people who are in that and the forums that they're not very technologically savvy, so it will be hard for them to submit entries to the compo. So I'm not sure if I should have it or not, but that's a question mark. So things to fix on the compos need to be revised. You're already missing Pico 8 from Pixel Graphics. Should we have DDG art category? Okay, what else needs to take a look on the graphics? Music competitions. We'll have a lot of music competitions. 4-channel mods. I think the original 4-channel is Pro Tracker, but I just called it 4-channel. Hope people understand. IT versus XM tracked music compo only accept old school formats, no renoise or anything like that. I mean, if you're using renoise, you might as well be using VSTs and that kind of stuff and send it to the streaming music compo. Hey Alien, welcome to the stream. Feel free to comment stuff. Alien is one of the co-organizers of Inércia, so he has a saying into this stuff. I'm mostly streaming my consciousness of organizing stuff, and then I will validate all these things that I think should be changing with the rest of the organizing team. But yeah, I don't want it to be like I'm the only organizer kind of vibe on these streams. It's more to force myself to work on Inércia stuff every one hour every single day. So if I have to stream, I have to be thinking about it and talking about it. Anyways, back on topic. The music competitions that I thought of having: 4-channel, standard track music compo, old school platforms music compo. If you have like Spectrum, C64, Atari, that kind of stuff, it goes into old school platform. And same rules as revision. I probably should have a list here that you should provide the MP3 as well. Otherwise, I will have hard time playing it. So yeah, let me add that to the things that need to be changed. Music compos should submit also WAV or MP3, WAV, OGG, FLAC, or MP3 of the entry. Just so it's easier to replay it. And making sure that it's accurate. I mean, I could install all the emulators and that kind of stuff. There's always something wrong, like you picked the wrong SID or something like that. It's easier if they just submit also the MP3. Streaming music compo, you can use whatever you want. Executable music compo, it needs to be an executable. Not sure if this is worth having. I mean, it's pretty niche compo as it is on revision. While I know a lot of people doing executable graphics, I don't know that many people doing executable music. But I mean, if you're doing 4-clang and 64-clang kind of stuff, or OIDOS, this might be an interesting compo to submit some leftover stuff that you have hanging around. Also, before concluding this music competition, one of the ideas that I was having was to do some seminars on how to do stuff before the deadlines, because since we're doing online mode, we don't have to do everything on the weekend. we can do it throughout a long period of time and do like something every day. So if you're a new person into the demo scene, or just missing time to do a specific entry, not knowing what you should focus on, we could have like a seminar for something specific, like using Forklang or using 64Clang or using Oidos in a specific day, like I don't know, 1 week before the compo, and have that live stream for like 1 hour or 2 hours, wherever it takes to do that workshop. Have that recorded so it would be an interesting asset for other people who want to do this kind of work in the future as well. Have some Q&A with the person who gives the workshop, and then people will have the tools and motivation to do some sort of entry during the rest of the night or the next day. So that's one of the ideas that I have, but we'll talk about that when we are discussing the live stream schedule idea. Then I went a bit crazy. I decided to do a mixed-in drone music compo. This is... oh, there's a bug here. Okay, I'm missing an A. I didn't close an A here. Okay. Close an A. Okay, since this is a party that I'm organizing, I decided let's have some fun with it. There's always mixed-in acid music compo at Trsac. There's often some mixed-in dance music compo. Why don't we have something mixed in for something that no one would really want to hear, which is drone music? We don't really have drone music compos because they're usually very long, and people don't really like that stuff during parties. But this is an online event. We can play this at any time of the day. We can have 2 hours of drone music with, I don't know, 5 people watching, and I really don't mind. And people who follow the compo will vote on it, and people who won't follow the compo, well, they're doing something else with their lives. That's fine. And we could still take all the entries and have an interesting compo, which is different from other stuff that you usually have. So my idea was that we will have a mixed-in drone music compo, where you have to submit a very long track. Maximum length is 15 minutes. And I will mix it together. If we have 7 entries, I will mix them together, and we will have like 1 hour long compo of stuff. And I will make a video out of it, and I will put a tag whenever the new track is playing. So yeah, we will have a very long dark ambient drone session. I always wanted to have this kind of compo. I finally can do a compo where I can easily win. And now, of course, I will have a lot of competition. I was talking about this idea during the... I'm expecting an entry from you, Evil. You need to do drone. If you want, I can tell you the link to download Pulse Stretch. If you don't know what it is, it stretches like 800% of the track. So it's really easy to do a drone track out of that. You just pick a random sample you have, time stretch it until it's like 10 minutes long, and you have a drone track. So... that I can do a workshop out of that as well, how to make different kind of drone music sounds. And I was talking about this during Evoke, because they had the danced mixed-in compo. And people were commenting on the chat, oh, I would do an entry for that, just because it's different from the usual. So I decided, yeah, let's have it. Why not? You have Pole Stretch for years. Okay, so you should be able to do drones easily then. And same thing, merge down rule. If one of these entries, one of these compos doesn't have enough entries, we can always merge down the compos and have it less down. So before I go into the other categories, so my idea is that for the next weeks or days, I would have like a graphic design image laying out what compos there are and announce them gradually one by one, so I can spam this on the different demo scene channels and platforms for social media, and bring some hype of some sort to the different categories that exist, and hopefully people will notice that Inércia is having these kind of compos and participate on it. I really like the work that Flash Party did in announcing all the stuff. They had shit tons of compos, and they ended up having a lot of entries. So if I can have half of the entries, or if Inércia can have half of the entries that Flash Party did this year with all the advertisement that they did throughout the year, I would be very happy, considering that we're only organizing this pretty much 1 month before the actual event. Anyways, other competitions, wild competitions, short film compo, whatever movie you want to do. I felt like we don't really need to divide this much. Short film compo isn't a very prominent category on the demo scene. It's mostly used for throwing wild entries there. If you like to doing animations and that kind of stuff, usually either it's home videos and it's made very fast in a couple of days, or it's something that's very time consuming to do. So we will not have that many entries, I fear. So so I decided to keep it just one compo, but I know still up for debate with the rest of the organizers. I will after I'm done with this live stream, I will write to them explaining all the things that I said and see if they agree or don't agree with something that I mentioned. Interactive compo for anything that is installation has a bug there. Okay, another thing to fix. I can probably okay. I was thinking I could edit that directly. Action has that typo, but I better put it on the to-do and then fix it. So yeah, anything interactive, if it's a video game, if it's an installation, you just have to present it live on stage. Will not happen, but just have to deliver a pre-recorded video. Or you can also, I guess, join in on Discord and present it live. We can figure something out, but yeah. Not expecting many entries here. Maybe a game or two. We'll see. Quarteirão das Artes. Okay, that's also a bug. I'll fix that. Thanks for pointing it out. Intro competitions. So there are a lot of small, tiny intros and a lot of people making them, and they're always very fast to make. You can make them in a couple of days mostly. So I decided to have all the entries that Chaos Construction usually has. Chaos Constructions, for those who don't know, is a very famous demo party in Russia, and they have shit tons of small, tiny size intro compos for Spectrum and non-Spectrum categories. So I think a lot of the people who were aiming to do something at Chaos Constructions will end up having some effects lying around that they would not mind to contribute. So yeah, we will have these kind of categories: 128 bytes, 256, 512, 1K, 4K, 8K, 40K, and 64K. I'm assuming we will have a couple of 128 bytes, a lot of 256, which is the most famous category right now for tiny size intro coders. 512 bytes is a bit of a hit and miss because some people who are doing 256 bytes, and I confirmed this with quite a few talks with Helmut and Senstall and Tomcat and those kind of people who are into size coding. 256 bytes feels the right amount of size to have one effect and sound. When you go to 512, you either need to have multiple effects or have more complex sound, and that takes a lot longer time to accomplish something interesting. So people are still a bit skeptical of doing 512 bytes, but sometimes it's just too big to fit 256, so they end up on 512. If they want to submit something here, they're more than welcome. 1K intro compo I think might be interesting. Assembly usually has it, and Assembly been delayed to October, so some people might have some 1Ks lying around that they might want to put out. You can do them easily either with web page, either it's WebGL or text mode canvas. There is the JavaScript 1K compo that happens every year. That's very famous. People are very used to optimizing JavaScript to fit 1K file size, even with sound. But you can also do it native code, just have like a shader toy kind of shader, and probably you won't have much space left for music, but it's possible. We have seen some of that stuff, so I think we might have some 1Ks. 4Ks, it depends if the usual suspects care about Inércia or not. I mean, LJ, Virgil, Slurpee, those kind of people who always do 4Ks for every random party that shows up. Considering that deadline was cancelled, and it's on the exact same dates, they might send them to Inércia. I don't know. That's why I want to really start putting the promo on all of these intro compos out very soon, so people know that they have a place to send them if they feel like doing that stuff. 8K, it's been growing in popularity. I don't expect to have any of them. If we do, we will end up merging them. Or if we do, but we don't have enough, we'll probably end up merging them, merging some compos together. 40K was just random format because it's somewhere between 64K and 8K. You can do some interesting stuff, especially if you're using web page stuff, web-based, because you can add some more complex sounds on it. I used to do some 20Ks for, what was it called? Demo.js, I think was called, the party. So I know there's room there for an interesting category, but I'm not sure if there are any other people trying to do stuff with that. And people will also probably just do like a shader, a pixel shader, and that you don't need 40K to do that. You can easily do that for 4K or 8K and still have music. So I don't know. I don't expect many entries, but I decided to put it here as well because the 64K intro combo feels very... what's the word? Daunting. Like it's a very hard thing. In the short, using step motion, step motion and stop motion is pretty much the same. Step motion means that it's step by step. But yeah, I might be fucking up my terminology. Let's see if step motion exists. I think it does though. No, stop motion. Okay, I'll change it to stop motion. Let me note that down before I forget. Stop motion. Okay, things to fix. So yeah, 64K feels a bit too daunting for a lot of people because they know what some groups can do, so they don't want to touch the category at all. And if you want to do something cool in 64K, you have to put a lot of effort. So I don't think you can do something interesting in 1 month. I mean, I know you can do, but I don't think a lot of people will want to be doing. So I don't expect to get many 64K intro compos, categories, entries, whatever it's called, but I put it here anyways. Demo competition, the main compo, wherever you want, whatever platform, as long as you give us an executable. Please also submit a video capture. This will help immensely, not so we don't have like deadlines 3 days before we actually do the live stream. That's my main thing. Okay, submission system. This is the other part that we wanted to talk about. So usually at Inércia, we have a submission system. Just send your stuff by email or collect it on a pen drive. I put everything on my computer, do all the proper directories that Synoric expects, and I zip everything properly, and I just play everything from my computer when the compo is done. Since I'm expecting more people to participate on the online version, decided to try an online system. We're gonna go with Woohoo from Gargai. I already talked with him. He gave me a link to the sandbox. Seems pretty useful, straightforward, robust, and lightweight, which is pretty much what we want. For those who don't know, there's also Partymeister available, open source, that you could also use, which also allows for remote voting. Since the latest version that they use on revision, but I think we're gonna go with Woohoo. It seemed pretty straightforward, and Gargai said that he can put it running on scene.org, so we don't have to deal with the server side, which is usually the harder part to get to work. So we can just deal with the front end and create the categories and use the front end part and focus on that. So yeah, we'll be using Woohoo. The harder part of using Woohoo is that we will have to deal with voting keys. We will need to have a registration system of some sort. And I'm not quite sure if we should be by email and people send an email and we reply with the vote key, or if we can do it like Flash Party did, where people were just on the chat during the compose or before the compose saying, if you need a vote key, contact us and we'll give you one. The reason that I'm hesitant with that is that it can lead to people to, get more vote keys than they should, have multiple accounts. Although considering it's a small event, the likelihood of that happening is not very big. And also, do we really care? It's not like there's money on the line, so people should vote fairly. If people want to name vote, they will name vote anyways. They will just call more friends to vote. So I don't know. You don't really pay anything to attend Inércia, so we don't have that limit anyways, because that could be a way to limit things out. You charge money for the right to vote on things, and some parties did that during the summer, but I don't think we really need that. I mean, we could use the money to give some prizes, so that might be a possibility, but then you would have to handle all the payment issues. Which, I mean, I have a PayPal. I could just set that up and receive all the stuff myself. But I'm not sure if I'm comfortable with that. I think it's easier that we just make it free, and also you get no money in return. So you just get the fame and deliver the vote keys on demand by either asking on Discord or by email or by the chat on Twitch during the compos. We will need to have someone who will be paying attention to that, which probably will not be able to be me, since I will be dealing with all the compos stuff. I think Alien suggested that he would be able to be online during the streams to handle that, so that would be awesome if he could. Otherwise, we will just try to do with whatever we can and try to deliver some vote keys. Yeah, I agree with the free options he's saying on the chat, and yes, I can monitor the chat. So yeah, I think Alien will have that covered, and we'll probably do the free version. Need to confirm with Luigi, the other organizer that is missing here, but I think he will agree as well. We don't really want to be dealing with the whole payments stuff. Party rules doesn't really matter. Blah blah blah. My Discord, my personal Discord, if you go to CNPT, that's the best way to learn the news about what's happening. Well, now I'm doing this series of live streams working on Inércia, so I guess this is the best place to know the updates on what's happening, and hopefully they will become more popular as they happen every single day. If I do more interesting stuff than just talking about the compos that exist, I hope. Which I will do. We will get to that in a moment. So yeah, blah blah blah, whatever. This doesn't matter. It can be updated. It doesn't really matter. So yeah, I need to fix this on the page. That's one thing I need to do today. Compost submission system. We will probably use Woohoo, and we will need to test this after function, because before function, I think our guy will be more interested in what's happening with function instead of I'm not even sure if function will be using Woohoo itself. But anyways, it's better to let function pass and then bother him to do that. But from what I saw from the sandbox, it's pretty straightforward to use, so I'm not that worried. Just test it like one week before the event or something like that. Should be fine. Schedule. This is where things start to become interesting. So we have multiple options to do the schedule. The traditional one would be do stuff Friday night, do stuff on Saturday, and do some stuff on Sunday. Monday is a holiday in Portugal, so we could also use that for Inércia originally when it was physical, but now that it's online, maybe it doesn't really make much sense because it's not holiday for other people, so we can't really use it during the day, or we won't have as much success. So that's option number one. So option one, traditional Friday night seminars and demo show. Saturday compos. Sunday prize giving. Okay, so this is the usual format that we have every year. So option 2, what I've been thinking is that we could do something. Part of this preparing for Inércia series, we could do like 1 week or 2 weeks before the event. We could have focused seminars 1 or 2 weeks before the event. Focused seminars for specific compos. So try to have something for specific compo. I think that's one of the most important things, because during the seminars, during the actual party itself, it's interesting for archival purposes, but you usually don't have enough time to actually do an entry. So if you do it like 1 or 2 weeks before and have it like around 9 p.m. Lisbon time, which is like 10 p.m. on Germany, 11 on Finland. We could even start it a bit earlier if it's something that will take very long. But if it's like a 1 hour workshop, it's doable. And if people can't attend for any specific reason, they can always watch the video after it's done, like the next day, and get their info out of that. And if we promote this properly, like, okay, in 1 week time, we will have this seminar at this day, that seminar at that day, that seminar at that day, then I think we will have a decent number of attenders, and people will be hyping up to deliver stuff for Inércia at the same time. So that's my commitment, trying to organize every single day for this whole month until we reach Inércia. I'm going to try to do a live stream, either me working on stuff for Inércia or get someone to do a workshop, either pre-recorded, something like that. And when I have that listed, I will announce it properly on the proper places. So this is the idea that I had. And then for the actual dates, I had two ideas. I'm not sure which one was best. The best one was like to do, when we are closer to the event, just do a demo show and a DJ set for that day, for like the 2 hours that you usually do the stuff. So last week before event, demo show and DJ set. And the demo show, I had something very specific in mind. I wanted to do a demo show focusing the best entries for each party that was cancelled. So Chaos Constructions was cancelled. We'll do a demo show about the best demos from Chaos Constructions. Trsac was cancelled. We'll do a demo show about the best demos from Trsac. We'll also do one about Inércia. Yeah, I can Dex. And we will have a lot of volunteers for the different demo shows and DJ sets. I can probably do a list. So let's try to do that as well right now, since we're here. Okay, for demo show, we're gonna need best of Inércia, best of Trsac, best of Chaos Constructions. I want to do best of Wensley, because it used to be on the summer, so it means a lot to me. So I want to include that as well on the demo show. And there's a replacement party on Switzerland, so I probably can talk with Shayna or Unlock to prepare this somehow and help them promote the new party of some sort. I think it's called Mountain Bites. Don't know who can do the Chaos Constructions thing. I'll have to talk with Random. Although I know that Random is not part of the organizing team anymore. Otherwise, I can do it. Just go through all the lists, see which ones are best, and just put it and handle all the ZX Spectrum should be divided thing. Not sure who I should talk of the Trsac organizing for this. I can just do it myself, of course, but it would be nice to have an organizer do it. I mean, it would be cool if it would not just be listing the demos, but it would also be talking a little bit about each one of them. Because there are a lot of demo shows where you just see the demos and, okay, this one won that here, yeah, fine, whatever. But it's very interesting to know the story behind it and the context behind those things. And I mean, if you had an organizer or a person who attended a lot of these parties regularly and hear them talk about that, it would be a lot better. So I can like try to invite them and do some sort of mystery demo scene theater session where he and I are talking about the demos and we play the demos that they selected. So that's one idea for doing it. So for the stack, I need to talk with someone with ducks and no pants to see if we can find someone. And your party here. DJ sets. There are a lot of people who do DJ sets on the demo scene. You can ask Deskstros. I want Hoffman. I want Glicksplit. I want Lynn. I want Luguber. No Dip Switch also does some stuff. Bombay. Bronny. Even Yoda does some DJ sets sometimes. So my idea would be try to make like a mini party every single night. Try not to go too long. But always have like either seminar and a DJ set or a demo show and a DJ set, something that I'm thinking in my head if it's not too much, because if it's like 3-hour block, it will be too much for a weekday or a weeknight. So that's my main concern right now, is trying to fit things in a way that makes sense. Either they start earlier, so they don't run too late, but then it would be bad for me because I need to put the kid to sleep around 8. So I can't really commit to starting a live stream before 9. But so I don't know. I have to think a bit better about that. I guess it also depends on the workshop if it's and we can also alternate. One day it's a workshop, the other day it's a demo show, the other day it's a DJ set. But then DJ sets would feel a bit like empty, unless you can try to do like a DJ set with live visuals, but then it would be too much live visual stuff. I don't know. Anyways, this is for before the event. So option 1. Option 1 is the traditional. Option 2 is this. Demo show. DJ set. Then for the actual weekend of Inércia. Friday night. Friday night, I would like to have some sort of shader compo stuff. I thought about the idea of doing a shader royale, which is not a shader showdown. So the shader showdown is 25 minutes. And then if you have a lot of compos, you have more people doing stuff. You have more rounds of people, and then you end up with a final of some sort. My idea was to have a shader royale, which is slightly longer, like maybe an hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours, not sure, where everyone will start coding at the same time, like 8 participants, 15 participants, how many we can find. And yeah, royale with an E, you're right, I'm sorry. And at the end of, 15 minutes or something like that, people would vote for who would get out. See where I'm going? Based on what's on screen. You would see all of the screens that are happening, and you would vote. So people would stop coding for 5 minutes or something, and then we would throw someone out and see who is left winning. And you could keep working on the same shader. So you would have to put something on screen right away and then keep improving it. And if you're not improving it fast enough, people you can get sacked on the next round. So you need to be careful of what you're doing. So yeah, there are some technical issues with this, which is getting a lot of shaders being on screen at the same time. Seems a bit impossible. I know a trick how to do it, which would be having every single streamer be streaming on their own channel, and then I would grab those Twitch streams and I would be able to change between them and put them side by side. But we would have double re-encoding, so I'm not sure if that would work nicely or not. The alternative is to use the Bonsomatic with network, and I would have to make a script to open each one, which is doable. The more I think about it, the more doable I think it is. Because for those who don't know how Bonsomatic network works right now, is that people are sending the code to a server that's usually ran by Alchema, and each single coder has their own channel, let's call it that. And I'm going to put this on webcam so you guys can see me better. So every single coder has their channel, and the way that we viewers commentate is that we open this on viewer mode and we can see what they're doing and where their cursor is. The thing is, when we are viewing that, our computer is rendering that locally. So if you have 4 shaders, your computer already starts to crawl a lot. So it's really hard to have more than that. But what I thought was that I could open and close different ones. So I would have different scripts to open each one very fast. And I would just, let's take a look at Evil with the 4Vs. Double click on him, it opens up, and it's there. It takes like 1 second to load, but that's fine. And then when we're done watching Evil, I Alt F4, and I will open someone else. So that way I could show every single one, and I just change between each one of them. And yeah, so that was the idea that I have for doing a shader royale. It might be hard getting everyone available to be present at that time. We'll have to talk with the people who usually do shader showdown, see if they are interested in the concept or not. If we don't, we can always downscale and go back to the traditional shader showdown stuff. But yeah. Anyways, that's my idea for Friday night. And since Friday night is usually the day that Luguber does the DJ set, I will probably bother him to do soundtrack for that. So I would have like special screen streaming Luguber doing his usual DJ set as soundtrack for everyone else. So that's an idea that I have. Luguber soundtrack. But I have to talk with these people about it, if that's okay with them, if it's not okay with them. Luguber soundtrack. And then on Saturday, all compo blocks. So probably start of the afternoon, around 3 o'clock. Graphics compo block. And a couple hours later, music compo block. Actually, they probably should be mixed, because otherwise, I'm not sure. How would you feel to be listening to music for 4 hours straight? I know I would stop paying attention, so I'm thinking we should probably mix the different compos together, like play some graphics, play some music, so this will have to be a bit tweaked in some way. But yeah, anyways, Saturday afternoon is compos, and then late at night, main demo compo, intro compo, and demo compo. So yeah, and I guess around midnight, we can do prize giving, because the results are automatic. Everyone is live voting anyways. Yeah, swap stuff, shuffle, yeah. I think mixing like graphics, music would work. Then on the start of the evening, we do intro and demo compo, and depending on the entries, it will run longer or not so long. Around night, we have prize giving, and then we need something to entertain people afterwards, after party. Should probably just be interviews with people, maybe. Interviews with participants. Actually, another thing that I want to do. I always thought it was stupid that people did not talk about their entries. So if you're online and you want to talk about your entry and your compo is just ended, we should have like a small compo block thing, you know, like they do at assembly for some compos, but usually it's like an expert talking about that stuff. Why don't you have the actual people who participated in it? So if they are interested, I want to have them in it and have, you know, like the bar that you usually have at these online compos, but with the actual participants that participated. So they talk about the stuff and we don't just talk about random stuff. The bad side of that is that it can influence the votes, but considering it's an online event and that you can live vote at that specific moment, I don't think it really matters much. And considering we're not like, you're not gonna get rich out of it, so it doesn't really matter if you talk shit that your entry is the best thing ever. While it's not, it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really matter. People saw, and the rest is entertainment value. So I think that's fine. So yeah, I would like to have. It's not compo. It's what's it called? There's a specific name for this when you talk about the entries that just happened. Panel discussion panel, compo panel, I guess. And we can even replay the entries. Well, for music it's gonna be hard, but for graphics it's quite easy to do, and for intros as well. Oh, did I delete? Yeah, I deleted something that I shouldn't. Okay. Come on. Yeah. Okay, so I don't need this anymore because we already have the compo panel. After party of some sort. Okay, so that's the plan that I've been cooking. So this is the plan that I've been cooking in my head to do some live streams. And on Sunday there's nothing. We don't really need Sunday. We can just condense it into Friday and Saturday. I think it's fine. Or we can split it. I mean, graphics and music on Saturday and then compos on Sunday, but I don't think it's really needed. I think people are more interested to have everything in one single day and they just either show up or they don't show up. I think it's better this way, but let me know what you guys think on the comments, on the chat. So yeah, this is option 1 and option 2, and I'm leaning very strongly to option 2. I'm going to discuss with the rest of the organizing team, of course, but I'm leaning very much towards option 2. I think it makes more sense in my head, not just to not condense everything to one single weekend, but it makes more sense to have seminars with more time for people to actually do entries, so to take more advantage of the seminar, and also to increase the hype a little bit. Like if I'm streaming every single day and we're spamming that we're streaming every single day, people will definitely hear about it. Don't forget to come to Inércia Demoparty 2005. So yeah, I think that's the main thing. Stuff up Saturday with compos, my opinion. Yeah, Saturday. Better have everything on Saturday. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that's the things that I wanted to do today. Go through this to-do list. Does this work well if I do this? Can I do like option 1, I think it's like 3 of these. Option 1, option 2. This can't properly... This can't possibly look well. It's gonna fuck up for sure, right? Yeah, of course it did. Yeah, it fucked up. Markdown is hard, yo. Markdown is so hard. Oh, I didn't... Well, okay, I'm gonna fix this now. These things, which is just editing the page, which is here. And if you guys have any questions or something that you would like to discuss, let me know. This was okay. This is still okay. I guess somehow at some point I will have... Well, the where is no longer... Now it's online, so I need to change the whole text here. I should actually have a streaming schedule listed here. That's what we should have. I'm not sure if this isn't confusing. The party and the compo stream. Maybe I should just... I'm trying to say that the 3rd of October is dedicated to compos only, and 2 of October is party, but the Shader Royale is sort of a compo. Okay, so this is gone. still works. I'm gonna delete the invitation because it was fast-made stuff. It doesn't really make much sense because we don't have a location anymore. Graphics compo, this stays. What did I need to fix? Missing pico weight from pixel graphics. Okay. Well, it doesn't say what platforms you can use. It says any tool or platform to create a pixel graphics entry. So pico weight is by default accepted. Will there be a theme after all? Well, we don't have a theme yet. Genio had the idea for a theme, but it never came across, and I didn't particularly like it, so I think I'm just gonna drop it. Try to pick something else. We can go with whatever jingle you do. So if we find a theme that makes sense with whatever jingle sound that you have, Evil, feel free to just send me something, and I'll share it with the other guys from the Orga, and we'll figure out which one we like best, and see if we can figure out a theme around those sounds. I was also thinking of trying to do like when I was thinking what jingle I could do myself, since I hate doing drums, which is usually the jingles for most parties is usually like a drum loop with some little melody on it, and I always hate that. I mean, it makes sense, and sometimes the drum loop is actually good, and you can enjoy. But a lot of the times, it can just be annoying. We don't really need a jingle to announce the stuff that is happening. People are watching the stream themselves, so they can pretty much tell. But anyways, whatever. The idea that I had for the jingle was try to make something like the Windows sound opening. But try to make it slightly different, and that sounds like a very basic sound, but in terms of production, it's not that trivial to do. Like, it opens a lot of frequencies, and you need to make sure that it doesn't distort anywhere. It's very clear and clean. So that was actually a very, very good sound that was very well produced. And I was thinking of maybe trying something on Buzz or some VST or maybe Absinthe, trying to find a sound that would open up, and at the same time I would apply a lot of filters on it so that it would start very filtered out and it would open up a lot. Yeah, I know Brian Eno made it, yeah. I was forgetting the name, but I knew that it was Brian Eno. So I was thinking of maybe trying something like that, but you don't have to try something like that, Evil. If you have an idea for a random jingle, send me something that is, I don't know how many seconds it should be. I guess 10 seconds. Maybe not even that much. 5 seconds. 5 to 15 seconds, I guess. I did see a, what's it called? It wasn't a talk, but like a blurb recommendation of how long a jingle should be. Like, it shouldn't be too long. And it actually, I think the recommendation said, I'm wondering if this was written by KB or if it was by someone else. The recommendation said it should actually have 2 jingles. One that is wider, longer, and one that is very short. So if you want to do short announcements, you just play the very short one, say what you have to say, and that's it. And if you want to organize something very, like the beginning of a compo, you want something that plays for like 15, 20 seconds. So yeah, technically speaking, you should have 2 jingles available. Do we really care? Not really, because you can just play whatever. Hail Trailblazing Fire, welcome to the stream. What's your question? Lay it out for me. Should we have the DGG art category? I'm still not sure. I'm still not sure on this one. I'm still not sure. I have to think a little bit more about it. I will leave it here in case I change my mind. Because DDG art will probably end up just being for me and the people that I bother to submit something. It might be interesting, but I don't think it will say much to other demo sceners that will be watching, so might not really make much sense. Yeah. Uh, yeah. Thanks for the. I just reached 1K subs for those who don't know. Thanks for that. Thanks for the congrats. Have a question. How do you enter the flow state when coding? Just get coding, man. You start coding, and then all of a sudden, that's all you can think of. Avoid distractions. Some people like to put music on headphones. Avoid people next to you talking about stuff that you can listen. Avoid music that has lyrics that make you start thinking of stuff. So, but usually, if you there's some specific instrumental music that you like, that usually helps getting into the zone of the flow state of coding. But usually, it's like figure out what you want to code exactly and try to break it down into small parts, and then you just start going, and you end up thinking what you need to be doing next to debug things, and you just get into it. It's practice, 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 practice. What other stuff did I fuck up? Music compose should submit. Yeah, I need to list this. 200 minutes, please. Also submit. Um, I think I'm gonna ask for MP3. Okay, I'm gonna add this on all of these categories. IT, old school, especially for old school. Old school is the hardest one because on the other ones I can just use XM Play and we're good. But on the other entries, it can play wrong. So it's better. Where's the accept 3? Compo machines do not matter. I guess I should mention the compo machine spec at some point. Yeah, probably down there. Because if you're trying to do some very advanced, I don't have RTX on my machine. So if you want to do something like that, but at the same point, I did request for people to send a capture of their entries. So yeah. The flow question came by luck while reading Neil Stephenson's Rimdi. Don't think I ever read that. But yeah, it's very known about flow state, like getting into the zone. Some people call it the zone. It's just practice, and it happens with whatever craft that you're doing. It's avoiding distractions and just focusing on your task. Sometimes it's a bit harder to get into it because you feel like you're stuck and you get like obsessing about why you're stuck and not being able to get unstuck. So if you do like a little brainstorm session beforehand to break down your tasks into stuff that you know that is easily unlocked or unlockable, you will have an easier time to get in the zone and stay in the zone, because sometimes you can use the zone to help you debug stuff, but a lot of times it breaks your flow because you get frustrated with trying to solve this barrier that won't let you solve the whole picture. So yeah. I think we're done here. I need to close this, which was wrong. It's here. There it is. There is the bug. That's done. Interaction has a typo. Where's the interaction compo? Interactive things from whatever platform. Installation. Does it have two wells? Jesus fuck, I can't type installation anymore. I think it has two wells, yeah. Yeah, installation, two wells. Okay. Okay, so that's done. And stop motion was also wrong. Yeah, stop motion. Okay, so specs for replaying things. The intros will, well, please also submit a video capture. So it doesn't really matter much. Do I have that listed here? Yes, I do. Please also submit a video capture. But yeah, I should probably still mention what's the compo machine. I guess I can do it in compo participation. Compo machine specs. And I probably have this on my Twitch page, I think, so I can just copy from there. Let's see. Let's avoid echo if this thing... Don't I have it listed here? Machine, yes I do. Yeah, just copy this. Should be good enough. This is done. Still can easily get into flow while 3D modeling or 3D printing, but coding, meh. Especially when the documentation is lacking, it just collapsed like ice on Neuromancer. Well, yeah, for 3D modeling it's easier. Well, sometimes you can get out of luck on 3D modeling, like if you don't know the shortcuts or stuff like that, you also end up needing to check references for stuff. Documentation, I mean, looking stuff up on documentation, you can still call it being in the zone if you just alt tab it fast enough. But yeah, sometimes cheat sheets help a lot, like one single piece of paper that has all the little short codes and snippets of stuff that you will mostly use. So if you're like using a language and you don't really know the syntax very well, having a cheat sheet with all the syntax helps a lot. Stuff like that. Or if you're using an API or a library and you don't know all the stuff, also having a cheat sheet of some sort for that. Just listing all the functions is already extremely useful. That's a bit saying I'd state the limit size for demos, as in don't end up with 1 GB demo done with Unity. I don't mind 1 GB demos made with Unity. I will say that it's 1 GB on the screen though, so people will be able to vote accordingly. But I don't see any problem in having that limit. JavaScript, what a popular mess. I like JavaScript. I'm happy with JavaScript. Any thoughts about Rust? A lot of people have been using it. It's very good. I never touched it, so I really can't say. But a lot of people have been using it. So it must be doing something right. I'm missing a TR here, aren't I? This one is closing, but it's not opening. I'm also missing one here. I'm missing TRs in a lot of places. Here's a TR. Is this the last TR we have? Oof. There's one. Why is it opening here and then oh my god. This is all fucked up. Yeah, this is fucked up. They're all like that. Here there is one. Close, open. It's missing here. Yeah, it was missing. How the hell did this render properly? Miracle. I do like this editor on GitHub, but I then not being able to use tabs. It's so fucking annoying. It always fucks all the indents on whatever you're trying to do. TR is here, TR is here, TR. Okay, so that's correct. So things should be fine now. Any tips for a good complete EC6 documentation? I assume ES6 you mean ECMAScript. From what I recall, the latest changes on ECMAScript weren't that significant. They were quite short. I haven't really been using those things very much. I know the functions can be done with arrows now, and there's like pending states now. Not even sure what the nomenclature for that is, so I haven't really been using them much. I use the old version, the sync await thing. Yeah, I haven't been using it that much. Sometimes I see some talks where they talk about that stuff, and it's interesting, but if you don't use it in practical terms, and I hate doing websites, so okay, compo machine specs are here. I think everything is correct. I don't see anything broken off the bat. All the compos are here. Vision compos, we don't have that bug anymore. Okay, so I think we're done for today. I just wanted to do this little revision, think a little bit about the schedule. I think we pretty much agree the option 2 is the best. Have to... Okay, more stuff to do. Figure out, what's it called? Seminars / talks for each topic. Ask people to give them. So I need to figure out a list for, Ashy and Nancy, who can give a talk about that, Pixel Art, who can give a talk about that, for every single compo that exists, who could possibly give an interesting talk about that, maybe open a call for these kind of compos, these kind of seminars, and try to have that. So yeah, that's probably going to be tomorrow's work. I think we're done for today's stream. I'm going to try to keep these streams regular every single day until Inércia is upon us, which will be 2 and 3 of October. In case you missed it, 2 and 3 of October. It's not very prominent here anymore. Maybe it should be right here, saying 2 3 of October. But I guess when we have the streaming schedule, it will be here, or after this, or before this. And then it will be clearer what happens when. So I need to figure out a proper stream schedule. And to figure out the proper stream schedule, I need to do a big table to start with, and start contacting people, figure out which people can fit each bill, if they're interested. If they're not interested, they're probably going to take like a week just to answer back and stuff like that. But I can start populating stuff, and I think all of these more active things will only happen after function. So until function, I will just do my own regular live streams preparing these kind of things. And oh, I'm not showing the screen, I'm sorry. Until function, I'm only going to show these regular live streams, which will be every single day around 9 p.m. Lisbon time. which will be me going through whatever it needs to be done for Inércia. And then after function, we will try to schedule things so that we will start having around the same hour seminar of someone talking about something specific to hype up one of the compos for Inércia. And then we will probably, that would be nice, have like a link to the seminar here, like seminar talking about it, happened on this day, here's the link. So people can actually check that and figure out their entries. So yeah, I think that's it. Check out the website if you haven't yet. It's been updated. And yeah, I think next step. This is done. It's been committed. Okay, it's de-updated. Okay, so this one I want to edit this and change this order update website. This was fixed. So graphic identity, this is the most important thing that we need to do. Try to figure out a color scheme or palette, try to do a shader effect, something that I can show. It can either be animated or still. Just need something that I can spam on social media. Jingle invitation and start contacting people. No color highlighting. For simple sites, you don't really need it. If I wasn't editing on the website directly, if I wasn't editing on GitHub, I could just I use Notepad++, which does have color highlighting, which can be useful. Sometimes also fucks up though, like in dark mode and stuff like that. Schedule, close down, schedule, or okay, I hope this renders properly. Well, looks okay. Well, there should be a distinction between this part, which belongs to option 2, and the rest, but, well, it's fine. Whatever. This should also have a break here. Ugh, perfectionist. How the hell do you do line breaks? Is it minus, minus, minus? Let's see. Yes, it is. Okay, cool. Okay, so I think we're done for today's stream. Join me back tomorrow, and I guess tomorrow we will work on the graphic identity of some sort. Need to take a look at some shader toy examples, see what idea I can steal from someone, and try to figure out a color scheme that allows for text to be readable on top of it. So yeah, see you everyone tomorrow. Bye bye everyone. Take care.